Welcome back, everybody, to another episode of Bailey's Balls. And today, by popular demand, we're going to go over two different teams. What you see here first, we got the Dallas Cowboys. And what we're going to do is we're going to go to predict their win-loss record for every team they play against this season. And then I'll give you my initial thoughts on the team and why it's fuck the Dallas Cowboys. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to go down the line and I'm going to explain my picks and why I think they're going to win or lose. Week 1 at the Giants. Now, the Giants got a lot of upgraded players and coaching staff. Harbaugh from the Ravens, now the coach of the Giants. He's going to get that team to somewhere they need to go. They have the players to get it done. Cam Scatterboo coming back off a broken ankle, and Dart coming off a great rookie year. And you're going to have Malik Neighbors coming back from his knee injury. I don't think, though, the Giants are there just yet. I think the Cowboys beat the Giants in week 1. Week 2 at home against the Commanders. Commanders are a tricky team. Just 2 years ago, the Commanders were playing the NFC Championship game. And then last year, yes, with injuries and everything, they fell off. I just don't think defensively this team has enough firepower to stop somebody like the Cowboys 2 times a year. Now, would it surprise me if the Commanders beat the Cowboys in week 2? No. But early in the season, Dak usually plays really good early in the year. With the 5 hours of CeeDee Lamb and Pickens, I think the Cowboys get this one done as well. So 2 of them start. Who would have thought? Probably just Cowboys fans. Now they got week 3 against the Ravens. Yes, the Ravens did lose their head coach. Yes, I think they lost Isaiah Likely, who went to the Giants. The Cowboys defense is not, it's getting better. It's a lot better than it was the last couple of years. But you're not going to stop Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson early in the season, week 3, and they're rolling now. The first game was probably iffy for them. The second game, they started to gel more. And that third game, they put it all together. I don't see the Cowboys beating the Ravens, even if it's at home. I think with Lamar Jackson, Derrick Henry, and their weapons that they have, and their defense, and the new coach is a defensive mastermind coach. And they got Trey Hendrickson from the Bengals. This is still a really good team. I don't think the Cowboys beat them. Week 4 at the Texans. I just don't see a competition here. Cowboys are going to be the best team in Texas. CJ Stroud. Last year he was okay, but this playoffs and that playoff run, he didn't look good. And there's a lot of times throughout the season he didn't look good. I just don't see this team being as good as they were the last 2 seasons. I know they had a lot of injuries at wide receiver, but their offensive line looked really bad. The defense were good, but they gave up games they shouldn't have gave up. I think the Cowboys come into week 4 after losing a good game to the Ravens, and I think they put belt to ass against the Texans. Week 5 against the Bucks. We're chalked up as a win for the Cowboys. Now hear me out. I don't know how Baker's going to be week 5. He already has contract discussions, and now he doesn't want to talk about it, so he's locked in. But this is last year's contract. He wants to get paid, and they lost a lot of weapons. So I don't know if Baker's going to be the quarterback up until week 5. Unless I see some changes during the season, we'll be on it, obviously. But I don't see Baker being that guy if he's not paid. And I don't see that defense being how they were early in the year last year. And early in the year, how this team offensively was last year. You lost Mike Evans. That's a big, big, big piece. And you didn't bring on anybody else. I think the Cowboys get their 4th win of the season. Now here's a stretch of 2 games where I see, we'll do one at a time. I see the Cowboys losing to the Packers. Last year was a great game. It's Micah Parsons' revenge game, whatever how you guys want to call it. And then a tie. Yes, the Packers lose some offense. Yes. But listen, that's how the Packers organization has been throughout my entire life. They lose offense weapons almost every other year, and it's like, wait, who's this guy he's throwing to now? Who is that? Wait a minute, Packers just finding out. Their coaching staff and that franchise, they just know how to figure that out. But they're getting players back like Tucker Kraft from injury last year. Jordan Love's going to be fully healthy. Josh Jacobs, if he's not in jail, if he's still on the team, the Packers have been a very consistent team, and they should have got worse when Rodgers left and Jordan Love came in, but the team is still very good. It's the defense. I have a lot of praising for the Packers. Yes, you got Micah Parsons. Yes, might have got rid of Diggs, but that defense will always be, I believe, in my lifetime, a top 15 defense in the league. They seem to always have the Cowboys number. It seems every time the Packers and Cowboys play, it's always cinema. I want to give it to the Packers. I don't think the Cowboys defense is going to be able really to stop the run as much. And if you do stop the run, well, here's Tucker Kraft wide open for a slant. Now, the Cowboys did play the Eagles very, very good last year. Cowboys and Eagles played each other very well last year. The Eagles getting the first one 20-24, and then the Cowboys getting the other one 24-21. So both games were only a 3 to 4 point game, which is insane. That's why I think the Eagles win the first game. The Cowboys, after the Packers lost, they're looking to not switch things up, but they're looking for answers on their team when really they just lost to a good Packers team. I think the Eagles come in leading with their young wide receiver core, their quarterback who has something to prove, the best running back in the league. I think the Eagles come in here and they beat Dallas. I don't think Dallas can go to Philly with all the hype they got, with LeBron potentially there watching the game. I think Eagles beat the Cowboys in Philly. Cardinals, I don't see this as being a game that really a lot of people want to pay attention to. If the Cowboys somehow lose to these Cardinals in week 8, and I'll be here for it, you got to trade most of your starters if you're the Cowboys. This Cardinals team's not only on a rebuild mode, but they're filled a bunch of rookies and a bunch of prove-its. Yes, they got a new coach, but it's a first year of a team that's not going to be there. It's not going to get it done. And the last couple years, they haven't got it done. This Cardinals team's going to be good in probably 3 to 4 years, but this Cowboys, this should be a belt to ass, a big bounce back game to losing to the Eagles. Here comes week 9. Here's a very interesting game. The reason why this week 9 game is so interesting to me is it's depending how the Colts play up to this point. If the Colts on a hot streak again up to this point, I think the Cowboys can close them out. If the Colts are breaking even and all their teams healthy with their people that they have, see the Colts can beat them. But Danny Dimes, I don't know. I just don't know if I trust the Colts to be as good as they were last year. I don't. I'm gonna take the Cowboys over them. And look, now we're technically halfway through the season. I'm a Cowboys hater. I'm a football enthusiast. I love this sport. If you're a Cowboys fan and you're just watching this and you see at week 8, you guys are 6-3. Dan Bailey might know ball. I do. I'm saying all that to come back. You guys lose against the 49ers. You're going to lose. They got Christian McCaffrey. They got, I believe, Deebo Samuel back. On the other side, they have Mike Evans. Hey, I'm sorry, Cowboys fans. I just don't think you have enough firepower to keep up with the 49ers, let alone beat them. I think the 49ers put a big game up on them on week 10. There's no way possible you guys lose week 11. There's no way possible you guys lose week 11. They are a rebuilding team. Yes, the Titans have a good coach, Robert Salas. They have a good young quarterback who needs to really prove a lot this year. They're good weapons. Like, this is going to be an okay team. I don't think they're beating teams that are capable like the Cowboys, the Eagles, like a higher ranked teams. I think the Cowboys take this game easily at home against the Titans. I don't think that this is going to be a competition week 11. Now, again, you guys are listening to this podcast or these videos all year. We might look at week 11 like, holy shit, the Titans are 6-3 facing us 5-4 Eagles. I don't know how that works, but it might. Week 12, Eagles, Cowboys. Now, week 7. Says it's going to be a hard fall. I think the Cowboys come back, and they don't get swept by the Eagles this season. No. Just like last year, they're going to take one. They're going to take this one in Dallas. Later in the year, I expect that energy to be up. I expect it to be a peak level energy, like a playoff atmosphere almost, in Dallas in Week 12 for this Eagles game. And this Eagles team you're going to see what they are. You're going to see what they've been all season. You're going to see what they came to be. This Eagles team in Week 12 is going to be the Eagles team that they wanted to create all season. This is going to be the team that they wanted to look like. Also saying that Week 12 for the Cowboys, if they're coming into this game 7-4 at home, face the Eagles, you cannot tell me they're going to look to play their best game possible. In Jerry's world, oh, hell no, the Cowboys ain't losing to the Eagles Week 12. There's no way. Unless the Eagles have a crazy record, which we do them next, there's just no way I see the Eagles beating the Cowboys in Jerry's world. You're looking at Seattle in Seattle week 13. This is going to be a big, big game. Obviously, I got Seattle winning it. They're defending Super Bowl champions. They put it together. They looked real good all season long. They still have JSN. They still have Darnold. I don't think you're going to go into Seattle and beat the Seahawks. That's the Cowboys. I don't see it happening. It's a good possibility if the run game's not really good, but Cowboys' run game last couple years haven't been that amazing either. So I see Seattle handling the Cowboys in this Week 13 matchup. And this is where the season kind of get a little rough for you guys. Because then you guys take a break. Week 14, Cowboys fans are now watching 13 straight weeks of football. You're like, oh my gosh, we don't watch Week 14? What the fuck? I get it. But Week 15, you guys are coming off the bye week. Your fans are eager to watch the Cowboys play against an amazing offensive team. And this team might have the best defensive line of all time in Myles Garrett and Aaron Donald. As of right now, Aaron Donald has not come back to the NFL, but he is working at the Rams facility with the players, the coaching staff, as if he's a part of the team. So I wouldn't be surprised by the time Thursday hits, he's a part of the team. I'm saying that you guys are not beating the Rams. You guys are not beating the Rams. The Cowboys are not beating the Rams. Too much offensive firepower. Defense is going to be one of the best. You guys are not beating the Rams. I'm sorry. Week 15. I hope you guys figure it out, but you won't. Now, here's a tricky game. It's week 16 against the Jags. Do I honestly think the Jaguars are going to be good as last season? No. I think defensively, they're still not there yet. I think they're a couple good corners away, maybe a middle linebacker away or something, but they're just not there yet. This is later in the season. They could have figured it out, but I don't think that the Cowboys are going to play the Jaguars in week 16 and be like, oh man, this team is one of the best in the league. We just faced the Rams. I don't see them facing the Rams and facing the Jaguars and be like, oh, this is the same type of energy of team that we're playing now. I think after playing the Rams and the next week you play the Jaguars, I think, oh, you guys really understand the difference right now. The Rams want to give you guys a fucking run for everything. Offensively and defensively. Top tier Rams. And they face the Jaguars, who had a good year last year. They're on the come up. They're not at where the Rams are. They don't have that wide receiver you guys got to watch out for. Actually, 2 to 3 of them. They don't have that running back that's like, oh shit. They don't have that defensive line. They're just not right there just yet. And then week 17. Now, I know earlier in the year, let's go back up to week 1. We had the Eagles. They faced the Giants and they beat them. Week 17, this is going to be a good game because I believe they faced each other very well last year. Harbaugh coming to town. I'm going to have to go with the win. I'm sorry. Giants fans, don't hate me. Don't be mad at me. Listen, this is where I'm getting at. This is just not the Harbaugh-led team playing the Cowboys. This is the New York Giants coming into Jerry's world, week 17, to face the Cowboys. I don't believe this late in the season, if the Cowboys are even, their record might be different than this. I just don't see the Giants beating them at the end of the season. I don't see it. I don't see the Giants having that big of a push that they need to make the playoffs or something. It's not there. If the Cowboys are at this stage, they might be trying to, get to that top spot of the division. But if the Cowboys are at 9-6 coming into this game, they're blowing the Giants out of the water. I'm just saying, blowing the Giants out of the water. Now, we come to the last game of the season against the Commanders. I understand we beat the Commanders week 2 this year. I just don't think the Cowboys really ended 11-1, 11-6. Do the Cowboys end their season 11-6? Yeah, I think the Cowboys, after the bye week, they go on one of their best 4-game stretches of the season, and they end 11-6. And I think I picked this very well. I think I picked this very fair, and I think that at the end of the year, if the Cowboys go 11-6, I think that's a win for them. You guys are above 500 by 5 wins, right there at the top of the division, and you guys are a playoff team. I don't think there's going to be a lot of teams that in your division or other divisions that's going to get up to 10+. And there's a couple games here that might be switched over. You might lose to the Eagles twice. You might lose the surprising Titans. I think this is picked very fair, and that's what I'm going to go with. The Cowboys will be 11-6 this season. And if you guys want to fight me on it, then fight me on it. I mean, again, keep popping up every week to Bailey's Balls. I will be picking every game apart, every team apart, letting everybody know how I feel. Let you guys know if your team's good or not. I will figure that out. But that's going to be the Cowboys record. Miranda, I know you said you're going to listen and keep following along. Hey, we'll keep up with this all season. Every game will come back up here and we'll click a win or a loss and we'll see how I picked this. And hey, I might be dead on the money. They might be worse. I don't think they'll be better. But that's the Cowboys.